Hey parents, welcome to this week's at-home video. I hope you all are doing well in your quarantine. I know that we have been outside today because it is a beautiful day, and I know all of you that have younger kiddos know that with all this rain and being able to get out of the house rules. So hope you guys are doing all right. Just want to touch base with y'all. If you watched last week's at-home video, I was really speaking to you guys directly. Normally kind of recap what we're talking about for our message and give you some discussion questions, and not really doing that for the next couple of weeks, just because with the series that we're doing, we're teaching that across all of our campuses with our different student pastors, and so I don't really have access to exactly what they're going to be saying or discussion questions or anything. So instead of that, last week I told you guys to be thinking about and looking at kind of the things that were taking up time and effort in your lives before all this happened, and we kind of entered into this great pause. What were the things that were just on the calendar, the go, do, all those things that have kind of just been put on hold for a little bit, and be thinking about what are some of those things that when we are able to get back to normal, maybe don't need to go back in your calendar. Maybe don't need to go back in your schedule. Maybe you don't need to go back into the routine of your family. And so hopefully over the last week you've been thinking about that and praying about that. And this week I wanted to challenge you, if God has laid something, one of those things or a couple of those things on your heart, my challenge to you this week is to sit down with your family, with your student, and talk about those things. Ask them, what are some of the things that were taking up a lot of time before that maybe when this is over, we just don't pick back up. Not because they were necessarily bad, but because they were taking up so much of our time and attention that it was taking away from what God has called us to do and be. So for you as parents, my challenge to you is to sit down and have a conversation over dinner, over ice cream, family meeting, however your family does that kind of stuff. Find space to really talk about and think through, what does it look like for us as a family to make sure that we are being discerning in the things that we allow back into our lives after this is over, and what are some things that maybe we need to cut in order to fill more with what God has called us to do as individuals and as a family, and replace that time with really leaning into what He's called you to. So that's my challenge to y'all this week. Also, just as a side note, parents of seniors, this next Sunday, May 3rd, is going to be Senior Sunday. Obviously, it's not going to look the same since we're not able to gather in the same space. I sent an email out to you guys last week, just so if you haven't seen that, you need to check your spam folder or your junk folder. The way that our system's set up, if you've ever opted out of an email from Fellowship, even from something that didn't apply to you, like a ministry or something that you got an email from that you're not a part of and you just unsubscribed, it unsubscribes you from everything that comes through our system. So it's a terrible system, I know, but that could be the culprit of why your stuff's ending up in the junk mail. So check that. If you didn't get it, text me, comment on this video, whatever you need to do to get the information, because we have a couple of ways that we want to honor our seniors in this time. It's going to look way different, but we still want to take time to make sure that we are showing them encouragement and love and honoring them for the accomplishments that they've made so far. So if that's you, senior parents, if you haven't seen that email, check your email. If you don't have it, reach out to me as soon as you can, because we really want to make sure we can do as much as we can for our seniors. So praying for you guys, and we will see y'all next week. We'll have service tomorrow night on our YouTube channel, 6:30. Encourage your students to get on. Encourage them to get on our Zoom call afterwards, because we have a lot of fun on there. But we'll see y'all later.